Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Misako Shirahama from Japan, Fujitsu Group Company. I came to Montreal at first. Montreal is a very beautiful city, and I like Montreal. Today, I like to talk about the Coaching Ourselves program at Fujitsu Japan. First, a quick introduction about myself and Fujitsu. I'm Human Resource Development Manager of Fujitsu Social Science Laboratory. I've been involved in coaching ourselves for 8 years. One of my hobbies is the Japanese tea ceremony. Once a week, I wear a kimono and practice the Japanese tea ceremony. It is very relaxing to concentrate on the sound of tea being prepared. I also would like to introduce Kentaro Iijima, who is one of the first graduates of IMPM. He is the one who introduced Coaching Ourselves in Japan. This is a video message from him in Japan.
Good morning. This is Kentaro Iijima of Fujitsu Marketing in Tokyo, Japan. Receiving the advice from Professor Mintzberg and Professor Gosling, I introduced Coaching Ourselves into Fujitsu Social Science Laboratory, SSL, in 2007. This was the first introduction of Coaching Ourselves into Japan. After starting Coaching Ourselves, SSL HR people have been developing the program very well. Especially, Mrs. Shirahama tried to adopt Japanese culture like Zen into the program. The most wonderful result in SSL is that the graduates of Coaching Ourselves were extremely eager to pass what they had learned in the program to the next participants. As a result, they started to participate in the session as facilitators. I think such kind of relationship is one of the aspects of communityship. For your information, I will make a lecture in terms of Coaching Ourselves at IEDC Business School in Slovenia in October with Professor Gosling and Mr. Lenive. I hope you will enjoy the conference.
Next, I'd like to introduce my company, Fujitsu SSL. It was set up in 1972 as a Fujitsu Group company. Our business is about system consulting and integration services, mainly for big companies' systems and social infrastructures. Recently, we have been focusing on security business. Our parent company, Fujitsu, was established in 1975 and its headquarters is located in Tokyo. It is a general electric device manufacturing company and general IT vendor. Fujitsu has 3 major businesses: technologies, ubiquitous solutions, and device solutions. These include the data center business, the supercomputer business, and the server strategies business. Fujitsu also manufactures PCs, smartphones, tablets, and semiconductors. Now, I would like to move on to today's agenda. First, the reasons we introduce Coaching Ourselves and the special characteristic of Fujitsu SSL. Second, positive result in connection with the first group and Fujitsu SSL. Third, we expect it from Coaching Ourselves. Let's look at why we introduce Coaching Ourselves. There are 3 challenges. 1. After assessment by some experts, we discovered that SSL managers had challenges in developing strategies, being innovative, and having managerial perspective. 2. Before the introduction of coaching ourselves, SSL managers did not spend enough time to energy growing their junior people due to routine work and many meetings. 3. We had no training for those managers to overcome these difficulties. We needed training programs to support managers who suffered from lack of information, complex procedure, and poor quality caused by the style organization. There were 4 objectives when we introduced coaching ourselves. 1. To enhance managerial skills to grow junior people. Their junior people wanted to both to support them more. 2. To learn theories on management. 3. To make the organization less bureaucratic in terms of communication. We wanted more cross-functional communication. 4. To create a place where people can share information within the Fujitsu group. There are coaching ourselves characteristics at Fujitsu SSL. There are 5 modules. Each module has 6 sessions, that is 30 sessions in total. There are weekly morning sessions for 6 to 9 months with 10 to 12 people. The unique points are facilitator and the them, which I like to explain later. Also, one of the characteristics of program is that facilitator is chosen from the previous program participant. Facilitator is someone who is 1 rank higher in the organization than the participant. Because we have in-house facilitator, participants can get practical advice, and the facilitator also learn from facilitating. In the last 9 years in Fujitsu SSL program, 112 managers took the program. At SSL, more than half of our managers took the program. More than 40 of 112 managers experienced facilitator. Art, craft, science, and management happenings are part of our official language now. Let's look at the first year we introduced coaching ourselves. We started with 9 managers. At kickoff session, Professor Gosling came to speak about the coaching ourselves concept in English. At first, people did not really know what to know. The only thing they knew was that they had to come to meeting room every Thursday. That was not very popular at first. However, it turned out within a few months, people began to arrive for the morning sessions 5 or 10 minutes early because they found the sessions very useful. Management happenings went on for an extra 5 minutes because they found it very exciting. At the wellness module, in order for us to get to know the global world and Japan, we experienced the Zen, the seated meditation, and Shojin Ryori, the vegetarian food. Our feet went to sleep, and our mind went to sleep with the Zen meditation. When we became sleepy, we asked the monk to hit us on shoulder with a special Zen stick. It was painful, but it felt good somehow. Zen food is great, but we could not enjoy it very much, as our feet were completely numb. The master asked, "Do you know why your feet feel numb?" He said, "It means that you are alive, living on earth. You are lucky." We learned the importance of living every moment. We can feel sadness, pain, and joy because we are alive. Now, let's turn to the relationship between the Zen and reflection and Japanese culture. Many Japanese culture traditional events are influenced by Zen. Kendo, martial art, tea ceremony, annual visit to ancestors' graves, and so on. The phrase Ichigo Ichie in the tea ceremony means treasure every encounter, for it will never recur, comes from Zen. When you are physically in good shape, you can breathe correctly, and you can reach the right state of mind, is one of the Zen teachings. You concentrate on sitting, just sitting, and if you are lucky, you can find your true self. But only if you are lucky. If you are unlucky, the monk hits you and you feel pain. This is reflection. In our Coaching Ourselves program, we still include the Zen. In worldliness, one more important activity is to go to an unusual place, so we went to Shanghai at the end of some sessions. We visited ordinary household, a IT company, and a university. We noticed a lot of difference. It just happened that Professor Gosling came to Shanghai, and we told him that we made reflection a habit and that there is more communication with coworkers. He pointed out that when you make it a habit, it's a good thing. But we must not forget that people may reflect in the same way, and this could cause problem. We learned the depths of reflection. As for the 2007 program, the attendance rate was 93% and participant satisfaction rate was 96%, which was very good. There have been a lot of positive results. There are the comments from the first group. After the program, some people even held sessions voluntarily. I'm now going to talk about the good effect on management. The internal change is 1. Participants started to think about things more strategically. 2. They look at things more than the company's point of view than before, not from their department. 3. They started to pay more attention to people, not technology or physical things. Also, the external change is 1. There are more chat kitchen talks. 2. There are more discussion about long-term visions. 3. There are more questions about essence of phenomena. Please look at this graph on sales and profitability. The graph says there has been no major change in sales, but profitability has improved from 5.6 to 8.2% since introduced Coaching Ourselves. On this graph, the virtual profitability point and attendance rate. As for a department, A department, attendance rate 33% and its profitability rate was 100 points. As for B department, attendance rate was 72% and its profitability rate was 201 points. We believe coaching ourselves also has contributed to this growth, especially because we believe it has given powerful drive to participants' mind, heart, and spirit. It motivated participants to focus more on growing people. People have changed, and the organization has changed as a result. Also, we have conducted joint coaching ourselves sessions with our group companies. Here are the names of group companies which participated in joint session. As you can see on this list, there are already 10 group companies participated in the program. There are two reasons we conducted the joint session. First, it is more cost-effective this way. Second, we can expect synergy effect throughout joint sessions within the Fujitsu group. As a result, we could also launch some joint projects throughout our group companies. So far, over 300 managers have taken the program in Fujitsu group, and we had a big gathering last summer. 110 managers out of 300 attended of gathering from various group companies. At this gathering, we enjoyed management happenings with detailed preparation because they had learned enough skills in the program. I felt that people were able to build very good relationships. Finally, I like to emphasize the point that coaching ourselves is very powerful because if there are 10 people in the program, it enables someone to acquire 10 people's knowledge and insights through various experiences. Coaching ourselves will keep contributing to us. I hope my presentation today was not so boring. So boring that I would have to use the big Zen stick to wake you up. Anyway, thank you for letting me share our great experience with you today. Thank you.
First of all, I wanted to really congratulate you on this incredible initiative, very, very inspiring, and providing all of the data on actually the impact. So I think a lot of us were actually talking about that in terms of the measurement of the program. So it's very insightful and very inspiring. So thank you very, very much. My question is, in terms of the development, because what I find interesting is that you use the coaching ourselves for young managers. We've seen a lot of the use of coaching ourselves more for middle managers or managers that already have some experience. You focused on new managers. Did you just use the coaching ourselves modules, or was there also additional formal training or capsules that were integrated in the program, or did you only use the coaching ourselves 90-minute conversations?
Sorry. Actually, I'm not a translator. I am a consultant from JFIL. I will help her. I appreciate to bear my English. Thank you. So, your questions in the session and why it is going well, and the middle manager's experience explained themselves experience and explain to the young manager. So he thinks it's going well. Okay? Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Yeah, mixture. Yes, that's right.
My question was it only the coaching ourselves modules that were used, or was there also content from Mr. Mintzberg or formal training that was also integrated? Oh, sorry.
コーチングアセルの中で、コーチングアセルの中で全部ミンツバーグの理論も入ってるってことですよね。そうそう。Yes, included in coaching ourselves.
They have coaching ourselves modules, and there was some modules that were created specifically in Japan for the Japanese context by Japanese authors, still following always the 90-minute format though, and the coaching ourselves format. Plus there was the additional activities that you saw from the temple and the meditation to the trip to Shanghai. So it was a mixture, and what I do want to mention, if you think about what Professor Mintzberg spoke to us on the IMPM program, it really was taking some of the ideas of the IMPM program, using lots of the coaching ourselves, but pulling together other aspects of the IMPM program and reintegrating it into something that worked within the context and the budget and the logistics and all that sort of things. Is that a fair?
Yes, that's right. Thank you. And
championed it from the beginning was a graduate of the first class of the IMPM. That's how we know about it.
Actually, Fujitsu session is, one session is 75 minutes. So, and JFIL will create the text for Japanese companies according to Henry Mintzberg or other authors' concept.
I have to add one other thing which I think is important if you're thinking about applying coaching ourselves within other situations. In Japan, they use the managerial mindsets as a broader framework within which to structure the program. Right? And we don't always do that here in many of the interventions here. We're looking at the specific, tend to be short-term strategic objectives of the client, and then we're structuring the program according to that. Whereas here, we're looking at the managerial mindsets, and it's a true program to help managers become better at their practice of management in a very broad sense.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was wondering, in your presentation, you said there was not any leadership program before or management development program. So this was the first management program in Japan for Fujitsu. Is that correct, or is it built on another program? What? For Fujitsu.
Yes, Fujitsu Group education program.
The first one.
他にこれが最初じゃないですよね、リーダーシッププログラムというか他にもやってますよね。
Other program.
But before coaching ourselves, did Fujitsu have management development program?
やってましたよね。
でもなんだろう。ワンデー。
新入の時は富士通のマネジメントベーシックなマネジメントエデュケーションの経緯があって、でこれはその何年か経ったマネージャー向けにやってます。
Okay, and when the first manager has the manager's program has already started, but this program is for middle managers program. Yeah, the new managers program is another program.
So the middle management has less training in managerial skills than we used to be here in our countries, or? Okay, the experience is less in managerial training in. Okay.
Yeah, I think a lot of the historical training in Japan was much more on the job than necessarily managerial, and a lot of it was in-house too. Japan had almost no MBA, I think no MBA programs
until, like, I don't know, 1995 or something. Hitso Tsubashi, when did they create their Kao? Those programs, there was one program, I think, Kao, that's an old program, old MBA. I think just one. But there was no history of MBA training in Japan. Just one comment on my part. As soon as we did Coaching Ourselves, I felt that it was, if there was any country where it would resonate naturally, it was Japan, because of a lot of sharing and a lot of kind of working together and collaboration. When we used to run the module in the IMPM called the Collaborative Mindset, we used to run that in Japan. It was just a natural. And Kentaro and Fujitsu and Matsushita, which is now called Panasonic, sent people maybe the first 10 years of the IMPM, something like that.
Yes, Mr. Kentaro Ijima on the video, he graduated IMPM, so he understood the significant IMPM, so he wanted to introduce CEO in Fujitsu.
Thank you very much.